back. Welcome back to Motorsport 101 Day of Classics. I am RJ O'Connell, filling in for Andre Harrison, who is at work right now. We will have more people joining us in due time. Hello, Christopher DeHardy from Motorsport Tribune, reporting live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How are you, my friend?
Let me see here. You got me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear, Christopher, who is actually in the media pen right now, waiting for the race to start. That will be the second leg of our Day of Classics. For those just joining in, this is the part where we basically send our reacts, shoot the shit about races happening on American Memorial Day / British Bank Holiday weekend.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be dipping out before the Indy 500 because I'm going to be covering that for Motorsport Tribune. Is this good right here?
Yes, this is fantastic.
I'm trying to make sure what microphone I'm using because I'm guessing this is not. If you're not able to hear me like this, or is this okay?
Yes, this is good. If anyone is out there and you can hear us loud and clear, please feel free, by all means, to just let us know if anything's going wrong in the chat. We apologize. Shrug. We just got this off right before the race started.
Yeah, they
only in time for the race to start.
Yeah, I was here at the track at the media parking lot at 4:35 this morning.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah,
that is early.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They just got onto the grid right now. All right. Oh, yellow. Oh, apparently those are the colors now. I don't know if those are the light colors now. Okay.
I think it's just how they look on the TV. If you're just watching this, the Monaco Grand Prix has started on ESPN, and we're underway, and Daniel Ricciardo is not bottled to start. Yes. Oh, goodness. And now Daniel Ricciardo's aim is to just sit on this race for the next hour and a half. Monaco is a very tight and confined racetrack, one in which overtaking is at not just a premium, but a super premium.
Oh, some passing there in the at the back of the pack.
Oh, there we go. Oh, somebody messed up at sector 2. Somebody's cut to it. This yellow's been out for a while. Somebody messed up. Come on, Mr. TV, Mr. Mitz's or Mitz TV director, please cut to the person that's messed up. Oh, goodness.
Can't complain about back TV direction if there is no TV direction.
Roll save, folks.
Oh, and you're going to see me look up at the sky quite a bit because the TVs are all facing up. They're all way very much above me right now.
Now, just for our first-time viewers here, could you describe the experience of being in the media center at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
So there's a lot of people in here right now. I'm on the 4th floor of the building immediately north of the pagoda. Like 80% of all the rows in front of me are already full with people, and we still have over 3 hours until the Indianapolis 500 goes green here. There's a lot of hive and activity in here so far, and oh, okay, that was interesting. They got other stuff going on the other TVs right now as well. You can just tell that the atmosphere in here is pretty awesome so far.
Yes.
And for me personally, this just does not ever get old. This is my 23rd 500 I'm attending in person, my 5th that I'm actually covering.
That is really awesome. This is the 102nd running of the Indianapolis 500 coming up later today. It is the last that will be broadcast domestically on the ABC Sports Network. For better or for worse, I think we could all agree on that. It's going to be a good race. We've already had loads of drama in qualifying, which we'll catch you up on once we get started with that. And then, of course, the race itself, it's going to be 200 laps of extra fun. Especially if you watch the Freedom 100. If it's anything like that race, this might be the best Indianapolis 500 any of us mortals will ever watch.
Yeah, the Freedom 100 was a bit wild, and what's really crazy about the Freedom 100 is that there were only 8 cars in that race. If you would have had a full 15 car Indy Lights field, it would be a lot crazier. And we can always hope for that, but
nobody wrecked. Nobody wrecked, and they had all 6 people, all 8 people with the. Out of the 8 people, I think we had 7 genuine contenders for victory.
Yeah. So Victor Franzoni finished 8th. He had a tire issue, so he had to pit. Davey Hamilton Jr. was the only one that was genuinely off the pace throughout the race. Right. So
Chris Winton, Chris Winton was going to be driving for Chris Wyndham was going to be driving for Bilardi. His car was written off, and he didn't race. That left it just down to 8 cars. There was only one person that was genuinely not going to be a factor all day. The rest of it was just a genuine 40-lap battle for the lead with no wrecks.
Yeah, Davey Hamilton Jr. was the Team Pelfrey car driver that was off the pace there.
Yes. Daniel Ricciardo has just gone purple with a new fastest lap of a 1:17.810. He has controlled this race pretty much as expected. Now here's the thing, because 2 years ago, Daniel Ricciardo was in a similar situation to this, and Red Bull bottled his pit stop. Will the same thing happen to them this time, or will Red Bull actually be able to get their driver out in front with the lead of the race? Only time will tell, but Sebastian Vettel is staying with him. He's about 1.5 to 2 seconds in touch of the Red Bull driver. Not quite close enough to get the DRS range, but Vettel did set the fastest first sector just recently. Of course, the other big story is going to be Max Verstappen and how far he can climb from the very back of the grid. He's already up into 18th place after 4 laps. Chris, do you think he's going to be able to get his way back into the points-paying positions at the very least?
Nothing. If nothing is Verstappen him from getting that high up, except for his own mistake.
Oh, goodness.
He's going to push it to the max.
The puns never end.
They don't. I mean, these are the greatest spectacles in racing right here. RJ O'Connell, everybody.
Hello. Yes. Hi. This is this is about the Monaco Grand Prix. We expect about 5 laps into this race. Someone else has got purple. It's Sebastian Vettel with a 1:17.488. Commentary, of course, being provided to you by the folks at Sky Sports, whose feed is being rebroadcast on ESPN, the worldwide leader, and brought to you commercial-free by Mothers. All hail our car polish overlords. Please do not orally consume Mother's car products. Make you very, very ill. No matter how tempting it is, do not eat the car wax.
It's just in. We now have a new Mother's Car Wax Challenge.
You've heard. Oh, jeez. I can't even remember what the last. Was it the cinnamon challenge? The gallon challenge?
Years ago.
Okay.
The cinnamon challenge was years ago. So was the gallon milk challenge. The gallon milk challenge is you got to drink in an hour, I think.
Yeah. And now I just remember that the Tide Pods challenge was last year. And I was thinking, what was that one challenge? What was that one?
The Tide Pods was this year.
Oh, yes. We have an investigation. Sergei Sorokin's wheels were not fitted to the car. Now, there was a brief moment of time where I was ready to back Sergei Sorokin as the winner of the Monaco Grand Prix because he was looking exceptionally quicker than Andy Williams had looked at any point in this year. Now he's just settled about midfield.
So I guess it's safe to say that his mechanics were rushing to get off the grid.
Oh, the puns never end. Oh,
of course not. Of course not.
Oh, but I believe they might have just been stalling for time.
They were hitting their marks.
Karl Marx was German. It doesn't matter.
It's the same economic system. No one cares. That was the old Family Guy sketch. The communist. That was one of the Family Guy cutaways. That where the kid was
Khrushchev. Speaking of which, Max Verstappen has now gotten his way to 17th place. He's passed Marcus Ericsson and is now closing in on Lance Stroll for my favorite part of the track, the swimming pool section, the left and right and left chicanes that wrap right around Monaco's public swimming pool, which, you know, gives the corners its name.
Oh, yeah, you got a 10-second penalty. Sorokin did.
Yes.
But
so Chris is just a half second ahead of me, but that's fine.
If it was one more tenth of a second, I'd be a full Alonso ahead of you.
Ah, goodness.
Yeah. For those of you who don't remember, I think Alonso said that Hamilton had 0.6 of a second on him up advantage in McLaren, I think in like 2007. So that's the margin of time of 0.6 of a second was known as Alonso.
Yes, and Alonso running in A7 Onzo at this point of the race.
Oh, here comes Verstappen. Nice.
Oh, he's not gonna. Oh, that was good. That was good. See, this is the duality of Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen probably has more raw potential than any driver on this grid, save for maybe two. His talents indicate that he's a future world champion, but this year in particular, he has been making a lot of unforced errors, including one in free practice, which is why he crashed, did miss qualifying, and starts at the back of the grid today.
What was great is they actually did a video where they split the screen in half. One side was 2016, one side was 2018, and like it was so crazy. They both just lined up almost perfectly.
Yeah, he had a similar crash at about the same point. Same point in the track 2 years ago. Oh yes. Let me go ahead and pop this chat out here. About the chat, because I actually need to go and see what our important viewing audience is thinking. Hello to everyone. Hello to Dr. B. Hello to British Pikmin. I believe that is Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Hello to Chris Cook.
Absolutely.
Famous
Hello to
for
Chris Cook.
Absolutely. Chris of the famous Rossi will not win prediction. And hello to Andre Harrison, who is checking in from work and will be joining us for the Indianapolis 500. As Sky Sports talks to Cyril Abita-Bull. Now, the Hypersoft tire has gone about 10 laps. People have said this will last only 6 or 7 laps, and other people said this will comfortably do a full race distance.
I'm actually missing the things where you could go a full race distance on a set of tires. I mean, not like how it was in 2005, but
we also have joining us Ryan Eric King, the other permanent co-host of the Motorsport 101 podcast.
I'm alive, guys.
Hello, alive and well is Ryan Eric King.
That's a different background than I've seen you in before, Andre.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So King, how is your morning going?
Literally, this has been my morning so far, where I just wake up and there go difficulties behind the scenes. Got that sorted out, got in the shower, now I'm here.
Yeah, we apologize for getting this off with little preparation. What would you expect from such a high-quality podcast? Remember, you can back us monetarily. You can give us our money for more hastily produced content like this. In all genuine sincerity, thank you so much for everybody who supports the show, whether you're a patron backer or not. Thank you so very much. We're over 200 area. We're the 200 areas.
Your worries. Let me mute my mic.
Charles Leclerc has a lot of hometown support, and he's being chased down by Max Verstappen. King, is this about the Monaco Grand Prix you expected? Oh, who's crawling to a halt here? Oh, Lance, no.
No, Canada's boy.
Oh, Lance Stroll has a left front puncture. So that's effectively his race done and dusted. And Sergei Sirotkin has picked up a drive-through penalty for not having his wheels fitted on time. Yep, everything's just going according to what the form book tells you for Williams in 2018.
Oh, why Williams?
So many things have gone wrong here. Chris will be right back. So it's myself and King holding down the fort while Dre's at work, and Dre will be back in time for the main event of the day. No, it's not the Coca-Cola 600. It's not WRX at Silverstone. It's not Super Formula at Sugo, which I, true to form because I was absolutely shattered earlier that day, managed to fall asleep through. And of course, it was a good race. And naturally, I sleep through an absolute barnstormer. It's probably better than the race we're watching right now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. King, what is your favorite part about the Monaco circuit?
Ooh, favorite part? Probably the swimming pool section.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the best. Like, that's so much fun for video games.
Yeah.
Yes, hello, Matthias Skellingtor, formerly of Mystery Science Theater F1 fame, now of just hanging out and having a good time with friends fame. Oh, who's limping around here? Okay, that's Sorokin trying to get out of the way. It looked like his car was still busted. Verstappen Wachi is up to I believe he's up to 14th now and still stuck behind Charles Leclerc. Homeboy Charles Leclerc.
He ain't getting around him.
Yes, we're looking at two of the most influential Formula 3 drivers of the recent era. And also Esteban Ocon is up there in sixth, who actually beat Max Verstappen for the title in 2014. Never forget that Esteban Ocon beat Max Verstappen for the European F3 title in 2014.
That's why Max Verstappen is the only driver on the grid not to have a single-seater championship under his belt.
Dr. B pointing out a bold prediction saying that Elio will not win the Indy 500. Parentheses, I hope I'm wrong.
Ooh.
Oh. Hamilton's going for the undercut.
Ooh, bold strategy.
King, would you say that track position is kind of important around Monaco?
Yeah, I'd say track position is king around Monaco.
Hey. Yeah, but seriously, you kind of need to be up front as often as you possibly can. If you get stuck in traffic, you are going to have a very bad time around here.
Yeah, especially in the early part of the race where the only way to get clean air is if you're in the lead.
Daniel Ricciardo still has clean air. Sebastian Vettel has a little bit of clean air. He's about 2 seconds behind. They're keeping a comfortable distance from each other. Incident, it's getting worse for Sergei Sirotkin. Pick up a 10-second stop-go penalty for working on the car. So you're getting another penalty.
Under a stop-go penalty? Oh, Christ. That's a first.
Thanks, Patty. Thanks, Patty Lowe.
Oh, you get a 10-second stop-and-go penalty for working under the car during a 10-second stop-and-go. How does that happen?
I think we found what happened to Lance Stroll. He made a little bit of contact with one of the Alpha Saubers, and it just cut down his left front.
Oh, dear. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, he put his car in a position where it was zero-sum.
Yeah, that was not going to work. Not going to work out, in all honesty. Where is... Okay, let me go ahead and get the word out to the other folks here. One of my curses is that I cannot talk and type well at the same time.
That is a curse many of us face.
Yeah, especially in my line of actual day job work. Daniel Ricciardo goes even purpler with a 1:15.562. That's about what I can lap in real life in F1 2017.
Yeah,
Hamilton does have the benefit of some clear track ahead of him. I believe the next car ahead is Bottas, and he's 10 seconds up the road.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna stay in clean air by the time Ricciardo, Vettel, Raikkonen, and Bottas pit ahead of him?
Yeah, like I think the plan is by the time Hamilton reaches Bottas, they will have pitted Bottas by then.
Right. Yeah, so now effectively he's just racing the three guys in front. Whew. Esteban Ocon just not making it very difficult for his future teammate.
Nope.
His future teammate, if good health and just decision making willing. Look at all these rich socialites and a few friends who have stopped by. A few friends are here. A few friends of ours are here watching the race, having a good time.
It's hot up there.
I just had to do a quick little visit here.
That is clearly understandable. Hello, Sarah Connors.
Oh, Sarah, they're talking to a couple of Rossi fans earlier on the track feed. They're talking to Zachary Clackery to Mackery now.
Yes, our good friend Zamin Clayman Damon. Zamello, Clamello,
Can you
DeMello.
hear other conversations taking place around me?
Yes, and we'd like to welcome them to the Motorsport 101 Day of Classics, the third one.
Like, not anything specific, just like random chatter.
Yeah, no problem. I'll mute my microphone when I'm not talking.
That's cool.
Perfect. For speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Brendan. Brendan
It is
Hartley.
penalties a go-go in Monaco.
Right. Yeah. We were hoping for we were kind of hoping for like this to be either an entertaining shit show. Don't think we're quite doing that just yet.
Yeah, I was hoping for Attrition Fest 2018 Baku Hold Your Beer.
Shout outs to Olivier Panis winning a race in which only 3 cars took the checkered flag and only 7 were classified. Which I actually got to watch on F1 TV, the archives.
Yeah, I watched it with our good friend of the show, Patrick Hofstetter, the other night.
Yeah, it's amazing how much of that attrition just happens in like the first few laps of the race. Like by lap 10, half of the field drops out, and then there's a lull, and you think Damon Hill's going to win it at the same track where his father dominated in the 60s, and now his engine pops. Well, hey, John Lacey's going to pick up another victory. Oh, no, is that Panis?
Is that Olivier Panis?
And here's the thing, like when Panis was trying to cut his way through the midfield, he was making some pretty bold passes earlier in that race. You can tell how this race is good because we're talking about races for 22 years ago. Daniel Ricciardo was in the pits and Red Bull have not fucked it all up.
Yep, somehow they have not fucked it all up. They still hold a commanding lead. But yeah, Olivier Panis, despite being the outside shot at winning and seemingly the, fate's winner of that race, he put himself in a position to win.
Yeah, and I remember because his Ligier team were basically broke. Flavio Briatore had withdrawn his support. they got new Mugen Honda engines the previous year, but they weren't doing well. The car was a load of crap. Panis hadn't qualified in the top 10 all year. And I believe that win accounted for I want to say all but maybe 1 or 2 points that they'd score all season.
Oh my God. So basically their entire paycheck for the year was from that one race.
Yeah, it would be like watching a team on the caliber of I want to say a Toro Rosso just suddenly win this race because everybody crashed out in front of and behind them.
Yeah. And it's well, I'm here.
Panis nearly won again in a Prost in '97 at Barcelona, and could have probably done better things with the car had he not broken both his legs in a wreck in Montreal later that year. And then Prost went down the tubes, and Panis stuck around way too long with that team and never won another Grand Prix.
Okay. So as things shake out at the moment, the leading three are Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, this is about the Monaco Grand Prix expected, for better or worse. Verstappen watch is still in effect. Max Verstappen is up to 12th. I don't believe he's pitted yet, though, but he's making good ground through the field. And most importantly, kept it out of those lovely silver Armco barriers. Yes, I believe I echo ABC DEFG's sentiments of wanting a 1996 kind of shit show.
Yeah. But no, we live in I would say, the Nikki Bella era of Monaco, where you can get close to the Armco, but you can't touch.
I hate this. I don't even know why that was hitting me so hard. Okay, this is, by the way, these Halo graphics are legitimately some of the best content that Formula One management has produced in a long, long time. So thanks for that. We've got the Battle of the Benelux here.
And
versus Verstappen.
F1 TV just fucking crashed.
Yes, I'm trying to
Yeah. So we're gonna paint the picture here. Fernando Alonso has just pitted in from hypersoft to ultra soft tires. He was running in 6th at the time. He is going to come out just behind Van Dorn and Verstappen. No, he's actually going to jump Van Dorn. Or I mean, stay ahead of him.
Yeah.
So now Verstappen gets the chance to pass both McLaren Renaults at the same time. I imagine this is not going to be an easy pass, though. Because here's the thing. Stoffel Van Dorn is better than a lot of people seem to think he is right now. It's just that he has to drive in the shadow of a 2-time world champion.
And yeah, F1 TV is down. Someone pour one out.
Pour one out for Ryanair King. Do you need a ESPN login?
No, I have an ESPN login. I'll probably hop on that.
Was that good enough?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
For some reason, whenever I mute my or cancel my video, my profile picture doesn't change. I just changed it like 10 minutes ago because it was something I used from like 2008. I'm like, you know what's up there?
Breaking news. We're breaking news from the podcast. Ryan King needs to check his DMs.
Okay, I'll check my DMs.
As Stoffel Van Dorn comes into the pits in his very lovely orange and blue McLaren Renault. You're not going to see a car like this at the Indianapolis 500 this year. There will be no McLarens this year, but maybe next year. Maybe next year.
I hope so.
Yes.
By the way, quick shout out to Charlie Regenball. I happened to meet him and his dad yesterday. Fun people.
Yes, very, very good.
I had the chance to show them around the museum, and it was really, really nice because it was their first time ever actually at the Speedway. So it was pretty cool. I liked it.
I've been to the Speedway 3 times in my life. I never went to the museum. Me and my dad just basically wanted to go to the race, walk over there, and then go back without having to deal with any of the extra stuff. But I would love to go back to the museum if I ever get a chance to come back to the Speedway.
Well, if you and I are at the track at the same day, I'll volunteer to be a tour guide.
Hell yeah. What's happening with Sergio Perez? It looks like he's not going anywhere, and that's going to make me sad. He may be Checoing out of this race.
Oh, dear.
That was terrible. I apologize for this.
Remember, it's Mexican, not Mexicant. You're just trying to hold it together, aren't you, RJ?
Por Dios mío. Por Dios mío. Que esta la punta. So the chase is back on again. Can Sebastian Vettel close to within Daniel Ricciardo's reach, or will he just kind of hang back here around this 2-second delta? And there's Lewis Hamilton, and there's Kimi Räikkönen.
Still want a steak and shake. So I've had my first Yeti and my Africans were stolen in the last.
Yeah, well, I don't really need that one anymore. Just my new laptop.
Yeah, I like this.
So I've got a pretty nice little setup over here. I've got my MacBook Air on one side, and to my right, I am going to have my iPad up. And what I use my iPad for is timing and scoring information.
I've got my computer over here. I've just got my basic setup, and my room is a wreck. Nothing has changed from the last several Motorsport 101 episodes.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm in scenic, beautiful, rustic Boston in my friend's apartment.
Boston.
Oh yeah, wasn't there supposed to be some IndyCar street race there a few years ago?
Yeah. There was.
I find it funny that they got a lot of information from the Boston Consulting Group, but yet they couldn't get a street race actually going on in Boston. So
time penalty for Hartley. Esteban Ocon is coming in the pits to switch off his very color-coordinated pink tires.
It's a shame they're not doing this in October.
I mean, I like to walk for whatever reason. I try and nail it one time. So.
But if they did this race in October, then Tom Brady wouldn't be here because Tom Brady would be at work.
Tom Brady would be at work.
King, as a New York Jets fan, how do you feel about Tom Brady being on the grid for this year's Monaco Grand Prix?
You get used to it. I've seen, like, anytime I come here, I see, like, more Tom Brady jerseys than anyone could ever imagine in a lifetime. And note that this is May, and, like, we're in the middle of the NFL offseason.
Yes, we're in the middle of baseball season, and the Red Sox are actually good, I say through gritted teeth, as they pummeled my Atlanta Braves in 2 consecutive games. Uh-oh, battle for third happening. Hamilton versus Räikkönen.
Kimi Räikkönen surely has not lost sight of him.
Well, Lewis Hamilton is not losing sight of him because he's staying within 1 second.
Get the Durs up there.
Yeah, there's not going to be any Durs until the start of the next lap. You could put a DRS section through the tunnel, but that would just cause a whole lot of wrecking.
Which is why we should do it.
Oh my goodness, that's diabolical. I love it.
They have Kitty Hargett interviewing somebody over here on the TV. I don't know who it is, though. I mean, sorry. Oh, it's Jim Cornelison. I just don't know the face quite enough. The guy that's going to sing Back Home Again in Indiana.
Jem Corneliuson, whose voice is very well rested from not having to do any sort of appearances in the months of April or May or June.
Because the Chicago Blackhawks did not go far.
Yeah, in fact, they didn't even make the playoffs.
Just like my team.
And mine.
Mine just
I'm
made
not going to watch hockey actually, but it just hasn't been a core interest of mine. But sometime I will.
It's fun. It's just a very vestigial sport with people who are just stuffy and don't like to have fun. Which is why I'm very glad that the Vegas Golden Knights are having fun in a new market and having a chance to play for the Stanley Cup Finals. And making a whole bunch of hardline traditionalists mad. Uh-oh. Mats has climbed to the top and may be hitting a roadblock here. He's having some mechanical trouble with his car.
Well, the good thing about Max is that right now he's in 10th place. So
yeah. Max is in 10th right now. He's doing a very good job of, doing the thing that he needed to do, which was salvaging points after starting last.
Only thing is, right now, instead of salvaging points, he is salvaging point.
Yeah. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, so what do you think the odds are Max Verstappen winning driver of the day? Because they seem really high.
Well, we are passing by a casino in Monaco at this fine racetrack, so I would say they're about even money. Even if he doesn't finish the race. See, here's the thing. With driver of the day, Max Verstappen does not even have to finish the race to be voted driver of the day, as proven in the 2016 USGP.
And the probably number one contender for driver of the day, Charles Leclerc. He is sitting in 13th right now.
Yeah, which is it's not points, but it's still better than what Alfa Romeo Sauber have done in the last few years. The Frederick Vasseur era is going off very, very well, all things considered. Now, hang on a minute. Vettel is closing in on Ricciardo, but it's one thing to catch him. It's another thing entirely to pass him. That's one of the old racing cliches, and it's very true around Monaco.
Nah, catchphrase has never heard of the bump and run. You just gotta get in there real close, give Ricciardo a little love tap, and then just get by him.
Yeah, I found that the bump and run is much less viable on Formula One cars than it is in any other category.
So they were just showing the Purdue All-American band marching down the backstretch during the pre-race ceremonies here at the 500. They also had the Borg Warner Trophy riding in the back of one of the Corvette event or Camaro event cars. Really popping.
Absolutely. Good for Big Ten powerhouse Purdue.
World's largest drum.
Oh, yes. I believe are they just getting lights in their football stadium?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Purdue football.
That's okay. Most people don't anyway. It's fine. Oh, Ricciardo is being caught up at a particular clip here. Uh-oh. Vettel's catching him. Oh no.
Vettel smells blood.
Yeah, is Ricciardo losing power? Oh, that would just
Say it ain't so, Danny Rick. Say it ain't so.
Now, granted, if there is one place where you can drive defensively and still pull this off, it's probably Monaco. even with the DRS zone.
Yeah.
Daniel just has to just nail it through this section. Cue Andre Harrison from work having an absolute field day because Sebastian Vettel is probably going to jump to the lead of this race at some point, barring disaster. Well, disaster for Sebastian Vettel. In Daniel's case, it's looking dicey. It's looking very dicey. Goodness, he's 20 miles an hour down up the hill.
Yeah.
So this is really going to be a case of can we see true defensive driving in the DRS era at Monaco? I believe so.
Ooh, no. I've that like gut feeling that Monaco is going to be Ricciardo's Daytona. Like, despite all his successes elsewhere, he's not going to be able to ever win at Monaco until maybe his last couple of years.
I think Australia is already his Daytona.
I mean, Australia is any Australian's Daytona.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Shoutouts to Mark Webber standing on the podium in his debut point-scoring finish for Minardi in 2002, the only time Mark Webber would get a chance to stand in an F1 podium in Albert Park. Apart from television interviews. Now, hang on a second, because Ricciardo is, well, that car's hooked up through the corners, and it's pulled him out of DRS range.
Yep. Hopefully he doesn't tear through the tires doing so.
Christian Horner is praying through his fingers, and he has probably shit about enough bricks to build a house. Like, the pit lane is blocked because there are so many bricks just pouring out of the Red Bull pit box. How much do you think like a room at the Monte Carlo Hotel is going for this time of year?
Ooh, I'd probably say maybe 20 grand.
More than either one of us will ever afford in our lifetimes. That's the best answer.
Like, we'd have to split a hotel room between, like, us and, like, 20 other people.
Yes. That's where all the Patreon money is going to now, is getting us a hotel room for the Monaco Grand Prix for a live day of classics.
Live Day of Classics, only on Motorsport 101.
A Day of Classics 4, the fourth one, live from Lowe's Monte Carlo. I believe that's what it's called.
No, it'll probably... Yes. But for us, it'll most likely be the former Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Uh-oh. In the midst of all this drama up at the front, Valtteri Bottas has been coming like a heat-seeking missile towards the back of Kimi Räikkönen. Battle of Finland is on, and Bottas has the Häkkinen throwback helmet. Bottas is going to win this battle. It seems like there are some it seems like there are some worrisome times here at the Red Bull garage, according to Ted Kravitz. I can just tell from the tone of his voice.
They dealt with Ricciardo's power unit.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Yeah, they're still investigating the situation with Ricciardo's power unit.
It may be time for a nationwide apology ad campaign if this race goes sour for Daniel Ricciardo. And in a strange coincidence, Wells Fargo has just been picked up as a sponsor by the Red Bull Racing Team. Cut back to the battle at the front. All Daniel Ricciardo can do is just make sure he just nails every single corner, especially in the high-speed stuff, and make sure Vettel does not close within a second of him. And all this time Vettel stays behind. It's not doing him much good.
Yep. Allegedly, Daniel Ricciardo is down 160 horsepower.
Yeah. Oh goodness. That kind of reminds me of the Sterling Moss victory in 1961, because he had to hold up like all three Ferraris down like 100-something horsepower, and he still won that race. And keep in mind, that was back in the 60s when the cars would actually, race well around Monaco.
Yeah, back when Monaco was a drastically different circuit than it is today, where the Nouvelle chicane was almost flat out.
Yeah, it was the old Vel chicane, if you will.
Oh my god,
that's the French word for old, right? The old Vel.
Oh well.
David Croft cutting to Nico Rosberg in the booth. Nico Rosberg should be a full-time pundit for Sky.
Yes.
Yeah, Sergio Perez's race is not going well. Esteban Ocon's race is going much better. And currently leading the best of the rest standings, the proverbial LMP2 standings, is Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly assists. Has he already taken 2 pit stops? Yeah, so look at how analytical we are, probably because, there's not a whole lot to react to at this point.
Yeah, just like Monaco is the quintessential timing and scoring race where
it is great to analyze through spreadsheets and timing and scoring. Like, that's fun.
Yeah,
that's genuinely fun. You got to find your fun and enjoyment where you can.
It's quite difficult at Monaco.
Max Verstappen still up 10 places, but does he have the same problem that Ricciardo does? Only time will tell. It's very likely that he does. But I'll tell you, if Ricciardo wins this race, this will be the first time he has won from pole, because, of course, he has a habit of having to charge through the field to take all of his victories in the past, including his most recent one in China.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like in the Daniel Ricciardo form book to win from pole or win from the front row.
And it definitely doesn't seem like in the Formula 1 phone book to win with 160 horsepower power deficit. But that's what Monaco does. It's the to use a baseball analogy, because we're both big fans of baseball, it's the ultimate pitcher's park.
Yes.
Where basically the lines out in left and right field are about 500 feet away, and dead center field is like 800 feet out. So nobody is hitting any home runs. Nobody is hitting home runs unless they're using aluminum corked bats and just all the amphetamines and HGH. Gasly's going very well. Ricciardo's pulling this out. He got it up to about 1.7 seconds. So it's not entirely done yet. And Ricciardo still has the benefit of clean air in front of him. But they just cannot get trapped up in front of traffic here. That's going to be the worry going forward. Is if he gets caught up in some lap traffic, it's not going to go well. Or, of course, Ricciardo could bin it, or the engine could completely let go. Either one of these.
Actually, since I'm on F1 TV, I'm just going to ride along with Daniel Ricciardo and see what's happening over his team radio.
Oh, yes. Of course, with F1 TV Pro, you can watch all 20 onboards live with your F1 TV Pro subscription. Understandably, it is not available in all markets because television deals, they're ironclad and sometimes stupid. Oh, Lance Stroll. I believe in you so much. You deserve better than this, and so does Sergei Sorokin and those martini colors. Pour one out. Pour a big old glass of martini out. Pour like a 6-foot tall bottle of martini and Rossi out.
Oh. Onboard cameras, there's no radio.
Yeah, so you don't get any of the. Do they not have any of the live radio on the onboard cameras, or?
You could switch to like the regular commentary tracks, but there's like no sound. So like you only hear the radio. There's no ambient sound, no anything.
That's I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I'm just right now just watching Daniel Ricciardo silently drive through the streets of Monaco, while on the team radio it's mainly them giving position gaps to him relative of Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, because if Vettel gets stuck behind him long enough, eventually Lewis Hamilton is going to catch. In fact, they were all in the same frame briefly at one point. Ooh, that is a healthy lockup for Pierre Gasly. His first and maybe his only pit stop. He went a long way on those Hypersoft tires, which comfortably did not do the full race distance.
Nope.
Can we please rename them to soft, medium, and hard?
Apparently, that's probably going to be a thing next year.
Yeah, the plan for Pirelli is that the compounds are still going to be there, but depending on what they bring, they're going to be designated soft, medium, and hard.
Yeah.
RIP Ultra Hard tire.
Made out of Viagra. Well, they keep talking about putting on new fresh rubber.
Well, yeah. See, here's the thing. Use rubber in a racing scenario. That's okay. Use rubber in the bedroom.
Not okay.
No, that's terrible. Kelly, you're absolutely right. You can pour out a cup of tea or a bottle of, or a 40 ounce of your favorite malt liquor of choice, or any sort of alcoholic beverage or non-alcoholic beverage you can for Williams and their season so far.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to get an alcohol beverage that fits Williams' problem. I think I have some Miller Lite in the fridge.
Just remember, folks, if you've got the time, Miller's got the beer. Miller Lite does not endorse the Motorsport 101 podcast. But if you want to negotiate on terms, Miller, we are open to discussion.
And that was Coca-Cola, by the way.
Let's see. I am drinking a whole lot of nothing, but I might get myself some coffee in between the breaks during the races. It's fine. I don't think I need to catch all of the Indy 500 pre-race. I can probably summarize that hour for you thusly. Helio Castroneves is trying to win. James Hinchcliffe didn't make the race. Marty Smith is going to party in the snake pit. ABC is losing the rights to the 500 for the first time in 50 years, so let's reminisce. And, of course, the traditional playing of taps back home again in Indiana, and the Star Spangled Banner, and the 33 drivers in the race.
And apparently a stealth bomber is doing the flyover this year.
Oh.
Like, I remember at one pit football game I went to, a stealth bomber did a flyover, and it was like the eeriest, scariest flyover ever.
Because you didn't see it.
Yeah.
No, because it was like really high in the air, and there was like a bit of cloud cover, so you see it going through the clouds, and it went under the sun at just the right angle that like the entire field, like you just see its outline just fly right past. It's like, are we gonna die today?
Yeah, could you imagine a flyover with John Cena piloting Wonder Woman's jet? I can see that. You couldn't even see it. Just couldn't see it. So is Max Verstappen just going to run the entire distance in this one set of tires and then just mad dash it to the end on a set of hypersofts?
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. Low-key having a terrible race right now is not King's team, Haas, who are 16th in the form of Kevin Magnussen, 18th in the form of Romain Grosjean.
The teal German national, their away jersey from this year's World Cup. So obviously, Mercedes all the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's happening next month.
Actually, like it's 2 weeks away.
Oh shit, we all get to be neutral observers now because we don't have to have our hopes resting on whether or not the USA will actually make it past the round of 16. Now, Mexico is still going to have that same trouble, of course, because they never get past the round of 16.
No.
In fact, I didn't even know that was a thing until Fox made an advertisement saying, like, Mexico has a curse where they can't get past the 5th game.
Yeah. It is a strange thing that the U.S. and Mexico both share, despite you assuming Mexico being a whole lot better than you think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting has happened. We are not getting a shit show of attrition. Everybody has, with the exception.
Oh my god, Daniel just spoke for the first time since I moved over to the team radio.
Uh-oh. What did he have to say?
Basically, he wanted more updates on the gaps, because I think they were only giving him once a lap. I think he just wants some.
Now, as far as the championship implications of this race, patent pending Rick Allen, Hamilton is set to lose 3 points of his lead to Sebastian Vettel if it finishes as they run.
Not completely a big deal.
Yeah, it's still advantage Hamilton at this stage of the season.
Verstappen, by the way, is running ninth. Figured I'd give a little update.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Matt's Watch 2018.
So, yeah. So, yeah, Daniel Ricciardo at Sebastian's tire situation.
I am actually craving some surgery drinks right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Max Verstappen.
Oh shit! Pierre Gasly is chasing down potentially his future Red Bull teammate, or the man he's going to replace. Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, geez. Oh, Pierre, you almost wrote that off. Now, for those of us who've driven Monaco in video game form at the very least, what's the corner you always seem to fuck it up on?
Ooh, where do I fuck up? Have to say... maybe the second part of the swimming pool where Max Verstappen always fucks it up.
Yeah, the second part of the swimming pool is always the toughest part for me.
No, see, my problem is always at the back because that's such a fun corner if you get it right. But if you get it wrong, you get it very wrong. And then that carries into the first part of the swimming pool, which is where I think would make more sense for him to have the problem. The second part I have no problems with.
So, yeah, like that's... The difficulty into back is kind of like something that's always been there because it's the transition where the roadway goes into like this weird polished, where it used to go into this weird polished like concrete surface, but they paved it over. But that transitional bump is still there. So you'll get a bunch of snap oversteer the moment you hit it.
Yeah, it's also a blind high-speed corner where you have to drop a gear, apply some brake. So it's a matter of how dare you take this corner? How fast do you dare take this corner without eating a face full of Armco.
Yep. Turn around at Tabak, like you lose it and you turn around. That's your race basically over. You don't even have to touch anything. You're losing like many positions.
So remember when I was talking about how if Sebastian Vettel got held up by Daniel Ricciardo a lot, that it was going to allow Lewis and Hamilton back into the fight? Well, Lewis Hamilton's now within a second and a half of Sebastian Vettel. There's not a whole lot of. Dr. B says, I always mess up in the swimming pool. Kelly Bone says, always turn one in the swimming pool for me. Yeah, Sandovat. Sandovat can be a little sketchy sometimes, especially if you're approaching it with other cars around you.
Oh, yeah. Say the difficult part about the swimming pool is just having the gall that you need to keep your foot in it. It needs to be flat out.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. I'm mostly just like, oh goodness. And the places where I don't need to be flat out, how fast do I need to go?
Yeah.
And where do I need to turn in? Because sometimes I'll just hit the inside of the wall and that'll just send me careening off into the outside.
Yeah.
Our swear filter is too strong. You can absolutely say fuck if you want to. It's fine. I'm going to allow you to say fuck on this podcast. There are some things we will never allow you to say, but if you know what those are, then that means you shouldn't say them. And now Lewis Hamilton has a complaint because not everything is going to plan.
Also, one weird thing with the newer cars, like with the wider tires now, I've been getting issues where, like, my rears would catch the Armco at Anthony Nogues.
Oh goodness, yeah, that's always like the most embarrassing way to crash out is if you get turned around by clipping the inside with your back tires.
And I'm like, what?
Low-key, Nico Hulkenberg has run this race without stopping. He's up to sixth. Once he pits, that's going to put Esteban Ocon into the lead of the Peasants World Championship. Actually, does he lead the Peasants World Championship? Let me do a little bit of live research on here this one.
I believe that Fernando Alonso leads the Peasants World Championship.
Oh, shit, you're right. You're absolutely right. He does. With 32 32 points to Nico Hulkenberg's 22. A total for Hulkenberg that has not been growing in the last two races. And of course, the Arnold Trulli's only victory came at Monaco. So shout outs to that, Dr. B.
That ended the Schumacher streak in 2004.
Oh yes, that's because Schumacher crashed out and Alonso crashed out, and I think Montoya crashed out. So everybody was wrecking.
Oh, that's a slow motion camera. You know, the funny thing is they don't have to have the camera on that effectively for the Toro Rossos.
No.
Oh, by the way, I think the best photo of the whole weekend was Gustav Malya's super jump over the sausage curbs at the second part of the swimming pool.
Oh my god!
I didn't see that one.
I'll have to link it to you here because I've got it here somewhere.
I mean, for
if I had
obvious
to
reasons, I haven't
caption
seen
that,
it.
yeah, if I had to caption that picture, it'd be like, "Hi, my name is Franzi. I don't know how I end up in this situation, but I'm a Porsche Superdog."
Yes, it's me, former GP2 Series standout Gustav Malya. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I would save that for a lot of verbiage.
Where is my? I don't want to browse as a guest.
That reaction was not to a photo that RJ sent me. Someone actually has a black and white paved checkered flag driveway.
Okay. Let's see where Verstappen is coming out. Make it to the exit line. And Verstappen is out in 11th position.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell happened there.
My favorite thing is to stand
Oh,
at the bridge.
no, no. I got a link I got to send y'all. Take a look at this.
Okay.
And by the end of the day, there'll be many that won't have to be
I feel so bad.
Oh no. This. Okay. So this will be in our. This isn't. Oh. Huh.
Ooh.
That is the wonderfully reputable
RJ, tell them what that is.
that is the very reputable and not at all a money sink Sujin G. Komen Foundation wishing Pippa Mann luck as she starts the Indianapolis 500. Yeah, shout outs to the auto scheduler function on TweetDeck.
Bump day.
Bump day.
Okay, I'm definitely going to quote tweet this. Oh wait, I can't. Oh, I forgot. I can't do emojis on TweetDeck. God.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's the only negative of TweetDeck is I don't have emoji capability unless someone knows how to do emoji on TweetDeck on the computer. Oh, let me go to the Wi-Fi first.
Fix it. Check Twitter. Oh boy, here we go. The chase is on. Will there actually be moves for position? Who knows? Will this be fun to the finish? Yeah, it'll be pretty good.
Yeah. Surprisingly, this race has been really clean. No safety car. We've avoided any situation where we had to stop this race.
No safety cars.
Ooh. Yeah, man, nobody better put it in the wall now.
Yeah, the thing is, if you're in Vettel or Hamilton's position, how hard do you dare push to try and gain that extra handful of points in the championship?
Yeah.
Would it be advisable to just bank the 15 or 18 points that you have and move on to the next round of Canada, where at least you know you can actually race?
Yeah, this is high risk, low reward, where a handful of points, like you can literally throw away all the points you have on offer for just like 3 or 4 points.
So for those keeping score at home via NASCAR numbers from the late 90s, Dale Earnhardt has a comfortable lead over Terry Labonte in second. Kyle Petty is in third. Jeffrey Bodine is fourth. And who was driving the 77 car at the time? Who knows? Who cares?
I think it was Robert Presley.
Okay, yeah. So Robert Presley in a very good fifth. Now we have a spicy battle for 7 going on with Fernando Alonso and Pierre Gasly.
Yes.
Got there, right?
I'm just me personally.
Gasly's on the DRS, but Alonso definitely